Welcome back to Lenna's Inception. You know what? While I'm thinking about it, I gotta grab that potion up there. How do you get to that potion? Not easily. Okay, we'll get back to that potion. So just starting out the game, we're figuring out our place in the world, figuring out what's going on. We're trying to find our lost students. I mean, we kind of know where they are. They're in a glitched building, which is, you know, somewhere around here. There, that's where it is. One screen down. They're in that hot mess. We've been told of chaos and corruption in the world, and we're kind of hoping that if we go about and help everybody, save everybody, then we can put a fix to that chaos and corruption thing. Also, the main character, Lance, died. Kind of our fault. Not really. Sort of. Incidentally our fault. But because of that, we've been promoted to main character. So I'm gonna head back into Dungeon 1 because we kind of just ran out of this dungeon. We didn't do anything. So typically, just like on the Overworld, kill every enemy in a room. You may get an item or open the doors or something. And we got a library book. The Lemon Pages. I do not know. I think it would be really cool if I could go back and read these books a second time, but I don't know how. Okay, they've got the library. Triamanos. I could go for some Triamanos. Palace, individuals. That's a short lemon page. I guess there's not many people in this one. But I think it would be super cool if I could go back and read all the books that we collect, because each one is actually a written bunch of stuff. And I want to go back and read all of them again. I want to, like, go back and... There's got to be hints and stuff in there. So you can typically tell when you're going to get an important item out of a dungeon when there's a little marker on the floor, a little square item marker on the floor. I think this is something they even took from Link's Awakening. There we go. Oh, so these things you saw when they got over the little blue spot, you gotta put them over the blue spot, but when they do, the eye closes, you can no longer move the block. So, easy to know. You can move ones if they have an eye. You cannot move them if they do not have an eye. So, one of the biggest reasons that I wanted to go back into this dungeon is, of course, because it was left unfinished. Yeah, I got money. Blue key. That'll work on a blue door. I'm not going to go in that door, because that door is a boss. And we're going to get back to that. So we have the bicycle, which lets us fast travel around. It even works in dungeons. You find the little black spots, and you can go to them. In dungeons, this is typically the entrance and the room right outside the boss room. And you just get to ride there on a little bicycle. A little trans-dimensional bicycle. So I kind of want to clear out all these pots, too. Oh, there's Lance. There'd be good stuff in these pots, but I don't want to bore you guys. So what I'm going to generally do is I'll clear out, like, the dungeon, the area, explore around, and then I'll go back and clear out all the pots off screen. Really? This is all you got for me? Oh, I mean, I get a sack of money out of it, I guess. And the map will typically show you when there's an item to be gotten in a dungeon. I'm kind of surprised there's nothing else here. I guess the shield is all we get out of this one. Yeah. Oh, so you'll be collecting a lot of potions. You can select potion here and actually look through all of them. And look how adorable we are on this equipment screen. Oh my goodness, look at it. And nothing good in any of the pots. So one nice thing is that the game remembers what enemies you've killed, and they will not respawn, and even the items in the pots will not respawn until you leave the dungeon and go back in. This is nice, because for one, it lets, while you're exploring, you can explore casually. You don't have to worry about, oh no, I have to backtrack and fight all those monsters again. They stay dead. But it's also nice because if you need money or have to find a right certain monster for whatever reason, they're not forever dead. So, we should, before we go out on too wide an adventure, let's take a look around town. Because we got a couple places like this, whatever it is. Item, mate. The power of fortitude. Sure, I wasn't using it. Hi. Cool! The game has local co-op. You want to run this around with somebody else? There you go. Well, that's spooky. We still have the thing, by the way, so don't worry about that. It's, there. So we didn't lose it. But you have to come here and just have that brief little cutscene in order to unlock co-op. Let's go up. This is a building. So the reason some items just kind of come down on their own anyway is whether not all screens hold items for clearing an area out, but most do, and it does not distinguish as to whether or not it's a town or not a town. Every screen could have something for killing all the enemies. And of course the town screens don't have any enemies, so they just immediately drop the item. But hey, meteor. Can I go in? I want to go in. Well, I guess not. You can also fast travel to every location in town, which is super nice. Okay, been to the library, been to the school, we've been to the Elder's Cave. We've not been to the shop. I guess you have to go there before you can... Oh wow, 3 items. And a book! I wonder if I can get down there. I'm hitting the wrong button. I don't know what any of these potions do. Ooh, I'll take that. Yay! Got anything else good? Bruce! I want Bruce. Ooh, an arcade book? I got the money for that, too. That's kind of expensive. I'm gonna buy it, and then we're gonna come back for Bruce. Oh, it's another book! So that's... Looks like SOS at the top? SES? SEI? Archangel... I mean, everybody wants a gold star. That is a book. That is assuredly a book. Oh, cool, I can get to that pretty easy. Let's go grab you. And if we can get enough money, we can go get Lance. Not Lance, Bruce. Lance is dead. 85, yeah, let's get Bruce. So you can only have one companion at a time. Need to bat some of your blood, I guess. So that does actually do damage to you. But hey, now we got Bruce following us around. Good old Bruce. I don't know what Bruce does. I've not had Bruce. So that's the town. There is a blacksmith up here, so we should probably go check that out. Hitting our button. So the move that we never actually got to teach Lance is if you hold down the button, you do not actually do a spin. You just hold your sword out in front of you. What's nice, though, is you can hold your sword out in front of you. Oh man, $100. Is you can hold your sword out in front of you and keep it out. Okay, so it's one more. Ah! And it's good for enemies like, say, these that charge you. Oh man, I gotta go kill that guy. Get him, Bruce! Nothing on that screen. Blacksmith! Boo! Okay, so we only have 4 meteor pieces, but this is where you go to use them. 3 things you can make. Nice shield, 2 different swords. One of these swords is, I think, technically better than the other. But I don't remember. So we're just gonna have to remember to come back there once we got more. You keep doing you. Boo! Wait a minute, I'm a main character. Okay, looks like that's about it for here. Okay, so we've looked around town. So now it's time to just explore. We can just go. Clear out every screen we can. How you doing? Stiletto? Okay. Hey, it's the gourd! So the gourd is usually the partner that I get. I want to keep Bruce for a little while, but I'll come back and show off the gourd. I just gotta remember where it is. I don't really see anything else on this screen. Crabs! You also have a really nice area on your swing. Like, it can almost hit things next to you. Man, getting a whole lot of nothing out of these screens. Boo! Give me the goodies. Yay, I don't know what it does. So you'll find caves like this all over. They can be caves, they can be little ladders going into holes in the ground. You can even find them under bushes. Entrances to them under bushes. And they're usually just very short mini dungeons that have a single item in them. Like an Archangel Ventricle? 1 of 4 parts needed for an extra heart. Collect 4 of those, you get an extra heart piece. It's a heart piece. So sometimes they're dangerous, sometimes it's like legitimately just 2 rooms. And no enemies whatsoever. Oh, also enemies can die by falling into water. This is very useful. I don't know if you really get anything for clearing out any of these rooms. I mean, there's a guy. Oh man, a book! So I think I'm pretty sure there are way more books in the world, or at least places that a book can be, than you actually need. So you don't have to worry about it, especially given how well they can hide things like, oh yeah, there's that one screen, you didn't cut every single bush, you didn't pick up every rock in one of these underground tunnels, missed a book forever. I'm pretty sure there are way more books than necessary, so you don't have to worry about it. See, this one is super cool, though. Like, I'd really like to be able to look through this one. Come back, check it out later on. Bestiaries. Marshmallow. Man, that finance industry, though, that's a smart choice. Well, now I feel bad about killing these crabs. Well, that's just a jerk right there. I've stepped on their poison trail way too often. Maybe it's just not, like, obvious enough that it hurts you. These things are a pain in the butt. Honestly, I wouldn't have forgiven us either. As they do. Well, that's cool. I don't think I'm actually hitting it. Hey, whatever works. We got it. Yeah, nothing in here. Well, I mean, we got a book. That's the important thing. So you can see the red hearts down in the lower left corner. I have 3 hearts. The green hearts are your pet's hearts. When their hearts run out, they will retreat from a time. I think they eventually, like, regen their HP and come back. Also, in some specific dangerous rooms, your pet will leave. So you're kind of on your own. Alright, I guess that's it for this area. Like I said, I don't think there's usually anything of much value in those that isn't... Bigger nerd. There isn't much value of those other than the item that you get in the actual, like, reward room. Oh, those ladders are also fast travel locations. So, otherwise, still just explorating. Okay, so we can't go that way yet. We can't go that way yet. We really can't go that way yet. We can go down into the sand there, but I don't think it does. No, never mind. We can go have all kinds of fun down in the sand. Let's go down in the sand. Okay, maybe we can't go very far in the sand. Oh yeah, $100. And a book I can't get to. Yep. Okay, so never mind, we can't actually have that much fun in the sand. Pity. Can't do anything up there. And I think that brings us back over here. Okay, so we cannot go that way, but we can go over here. Oh, we can go in here. We haven't been in this. Another little small mini dungeon. These guys always have so much HP. Get 'em, bats! So many bushes. Eh. Hey, there it is! Give me that ventricle. Or is it an atrium? Never been good at hearts. So the enemies in here are actually harder than they usually are. Out on the overworld? Or the enemies that you've normally run into up until now. So just be aware, they pack a punch. Still exploring, you never know, maybe you'll find a book. Find a guy who gives you a book. These bats, or not these bats, these crabs can actually get kind of rough to take out. If you can catch like 1 or 2 of them, they're not that bad. What? But like if they can gang up on you from multiple angles and you have a bad time. Another book. Diary? Okay, well, it won't be the Alpha Centaurians finding the 17th book. Last month, the space-time capsule stopped beaming signals home from the Oort cloud. No official word from NASA yet, but amateur astronomers are absolutely going nuts over it. What they're saying is that signals from the capsule redshifted away out of view, as if it crossed some kind of event horizon. So it didn't just crash into a rock. What's even weirder is that after it vanished, something much larger blue shifted into the same spot. There aren't any clear photos of it yet, but the people who have been studying it have been accused of stockpiling cassette tapes. I'm getting worried. The first blurry pictures are showing up on social media. There's a lot of disagreement about what it is. I think it looks like... No, that's insane. I'm keeping my Skullbeak tape closed. I know it won't help, but it makes me feel better. People are calling it the object, but it's pretty clear now that it's a train, hurtling through space in a cloud of glass shards. It's arriving at Earth on May 11th, but there's some uncertainty because its speed isn't constant. It's periodically changing speed and direction by jettisoning reflective objects and wooden doors. Weirdly, the total mass of all the objects it has thrown out is more than the object itself could have carried. So just what are we dealing with? A new Archangel? It is a new Archangel. Grab your cassette player. It's time to transform. This is a reference to something, and I have no friggin' idea what. I am really not up on... It feels like it's gonna be a reference to, like, friggin' Star Trek or Doctor Who or something. And I got no idea what. I know I've seen some other pretty funny references in here. The Flawless City by C. Cooley. So the last one was like a diary, so that may have been an actual chain of events. And this isn't the first time we've heard the term Archangel. So what do we got here? I don't actually remember this one. Okay, 5 pages. Okay, I kind of remember this one. Okay, I arrived into the city late on a Thursday afternoon. The weather was auspicious, as was the mayor's greeting. It seems that the news of an approaching travel critic had outraced me. I suppose I should not be surprised by this anymore. Etherkessa? Let's say Etherkessa. Etherkessa, being a small nation, possesses precisely 2 locations worth noting, and therefore supports just one celebrity travel critic. With all the praise... Glitch? Let's say Glitch. Oh yeah, I saw G. Maybe. Let's say Glitch. With all the praise Glitch City has been receiving, I had steeled myself for a disappointment in preparation, but what I found was still somewhat impressive. Many who know me would consider that high praise. The city is large compared with the other active settlement on Atherkessa, but not as large as the city implied by the ancient texts in the ruins. Glitch City now boasts 2 4-star hotels, a trio of average-quality restaurants, and a reasonably priced theater in the north. The city appears to be built on top of one of the old ruins, which is the source of their electricity. Despite the cordon currently around it, due to some non-specific danger, citizens still regularly enter it under cover of darkness to gather valuable monster loot. I stayed in the eastmost Bagu Hotel, gratis. I would not call it a 4-star hotel. It was at most middle-rank 3-star accommodation. But regardless, staff were pleasant, if a little nervous about my stay. Nightlife in Glitch City is... Normally I don't like reading text, but I'm actually having fun reading these just for how ridiculous some of them are. Okay, we've been everywhere, let's go. We're done here. I didn't actually cut the bushes on this side. Let's do this so I just don't have to worry about backtracking. There, we did it. Nothing but money. Most of the time you won't find anything interesting. But you will often... This is where the... Oh, the ladder's over. Most of the time you won't find anything terribly interesting. But you will occasionally find very nice things. Okay, so we ran around there. Let's hop back up to the blacksmith. So we cannot go out the east here. But what's over to the west? Oh, we can go north here. I just hadn't yet. Well, I can't get up there. And that takes us over here. I cannot go above that. That looks like our dungeon. Later, nerd. Oh, give me that book. Yeah, I got 6 books. The Lusty Archangel Maid. Author is Paige, our librarian. Any resemblance to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. Cast of characters: Libby, a strong and stunningly beautiful librarian. Remember, any resemblance to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. And Archangel Martha, an eldritch horror with many tentacles. Okay, this one's a little longer at 8 pages. I'm not going to read this one out loud. But like, okay, we got Martha. Sprawled across the floor helpless. Libby has finally defeated her. And then refuses. And Martha gives her her heart. And then comes along with Libby. Alright, showing her around, showing her all the books, all the shelves, where everything is. Oh wow, getting saucy. Oh my. You know, Paige, you're into what you're into, Paige. You just keep living your best life. If that's the kind of stuff you're into, you just keep doing. Can I just stab that? I sure can. I don't have to worry about coming around from the top. And that is a dead end. Need a shovel. Hey, another one! Dr. Bones! Oh, this is like song lyrics. Okay, I'm not going to embarrass myself. I'm absolutely positive that's to the tune of something, and I have no idea what. Okay, so that looks like about all we can explore right now. We've been everywhere we can be without going into level 2. So I guess that's what we're doing next. And a potion. And a black silk tunic. And wow, I never actually came up here. I need a book! Okay, we got a book. So we gotta turn on the silk tunic and the book, and I think that's it. I've cut all the grass that we could possibly find. That I could find. So, dev chat. SMIRCs. Okay, so I'm guessing this is an IRC. Slimes have the simplest anatomy of any of the creatures detailed in this. Okay, hold up. In this, it looks like book. You see slimes exist as macroscopic, single-celled. And it looks like it gets interrupted with something else. Okay, where's John? Hospital, Skullbeak. Haven't we heard that before? Who's this Skullbeak? Oh, and they were talking about tapes, too. Legend of Lance? Oh, that's the main character we killed. Are we in a video game? Okay, and in the end, it's just going back to the slimes. It looks like a timestamp, as most of these start with. And then... So you see, slimes are interesting after all, and the next chapter we'll... Well, I'm never getting that. Okay, so we got the book, and we got a tunic. Let's try that tunic on. Did I try this one on? I don't think I did. What growth tunic? I'm huge! Fear me! I'm huge. Okay, that's amazing, and I'm probably going to go back to that a couple times. Camouflage tunic. Ooh. So anyway, I ran around and I have... Oh, you can't do anything with that. I've run around, I cut all the grass, did everything I can, so that means we're done for now. So until next time, everyone, when we head back up to level 2. Probably easiest to go here. Or not, you know, I don't know. But yeah, until next time, we're heading into level 2.